New cards, PogChamp, new cards, PogChamp. Boy, am I sure excited to talk about these cards that we're all seeing now for the very first time. First up, Burn Blazing Black with Dark Flare Swordsman. This is from Duad. Okay, so this is the retrain of Dark Flare Knight for the terrible Flame Swordsman retrain archetype that peeps won't stop talking about. You can send a Flame Swordsman or a monster that mentions it from your extra deck to the graveyard. Special this card from your hand. You can't declare attacks this turn except with warrior monsters. No damage from battles involving this card. And you contribute this card to special summon a monster that mentions Flame Swordsman from your deck except a level 6 monster. This is circular. It's circular down to the attack restriction. What the fuck? It's literally just circular. Now, truth be told, that's fine. You know, that this deck did need a circular. The downside is they did one huge misplay when it comes to this card. It supports the Flame Swordsman monsters. So the only thing you can summon from your deck is that stupid Flame Swordsman guy, which is your full Flame Swordsman combo. It does nothing more than what the deck already does. And what the deck already does is not very good. So I will have to say that this is actually not a particularly strong card, despite the fact that it is definitely good for the deck. All right, next up. Fall to Darkness with Miasma Dragon Tistina. Okay, you guys remember when they did the thing where the OCG releases a card that fixes the TCG exclusive archetype with Tistina and Ashened, but it was the same card and it fixed neither of them? Well, they said, okay, we hear your feedback. We're going to give it another shot. So in another round of, you know, jacking peeps off the game, the movie, we are releasing a new Tistina. This is a Dark Aqua Effect monster, 2K. If normal or special, you can add a Tistina monster from your deck to your hand, except itself, and light Tistinas gain 1,000 attack for the rest of the turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard and a card is in the field zone, special this card and you're Tistina locked. So this one is quite good. For Tistina, this is a pretty powerful card. Now, is it good enough? Well, that depends on what you're asking. Good enough for what? It is a nice way you can, like, theoretically get to a position where you can use it as two pieces of material for two different rank 10s, like a Varudris and something else. It's also kind of interesting because it works in both directions. Like if you send this from your deck to the graveyard, which is pretty easy to do, it'll trigger and summon itself and then use its effect to search a Tistina. Or if you special it out from the hand, then you also get a Tistina from your deck to your hand. Like there isn't a clunky way to find this card. But, you know, Tistina's ability to make a second rank 10 isn't what it was keeping it from playability. You do still have to play the terrible-ass field spell if you're playing this card, and now there's a downside to losing the field spell, rather than being like, oh god, thank god I don't have to worry about that anymore. This locks you? Well, it locks you from your hand or graveyard, so you can still make powerful stuff out of the extra deck. But you are still a deck that is adept at spamming all these incredible monsters to the board with nothing to make. You know, they took out all the generic stuff that actually accomplishes something, so now you are just staring at the Crystal Miasma going, maybe if I squint, Liba counts as an end board piece. All right, next up. There's an Ashened one, too. Inferno of the Ashened. The fire consumes everything to prevent the coming of the dark. When this card resolves, you can place an Obsidian in your field zone. You can target a face-up card your opponent controls, and when level 8 or higher, Dark Pyro monster in your graveyard, send the card on the field to the graveyard, and special the other monster from the graveyard to your opponent's field in defense position. This card's really cool. So, if you haven't checked out the really incredible Ashened cards, They utilize art that looks like it belongs in like a Dark Souls game to tell the story of Pompeii. And if you're unfamiliar with Pompeii, everyone dies covered by ash and is suffocated. Um, they reflected this in gameplay by making the cards basically worth burning and very little else, and you die if you play them. And I'm happy to report that this comports to the existing playstyle perfectly. It is pee-pee poo-poo bad. It's so... support for piss and support for poop, while the Tistina and Dark Flare Swordsman were support for pee and support for poo respectively. This is just nothing. It's a nothing card for a nothing deck. It doesn't make the deck any stronger. It doesn't give the deck more combos, whatever that would even look like at this point. It doesn't give it a linear game plan. It is like you need more piss for your piss deck, and instead you're given a glass of water and told, this could be piss eventually if you work at it. Not good. Next up. Inversely, Sky Striker needs almost nothing to be metagame relevant again, and they've gotten a little more than it. This is Prototype Sky Striker Ace Amatsu, a V-Jump promo. It's a Link 1 Dark Machine Link Effect monster. That's right, a Link 1 Dark Machine Link Effect monster. It is a Sky Striker Ace, and you can special summon it once per turn. When a monster your opponent controls with 2,000 or more attack activates its effect, you can make the effect become destroy a Sky Striker Ace Link monster your opponent controls instead. Or when an attack is declared involving this card and an opponent's monster, you can target a Sky Striker Ace monster you control on a card your opponent controls, destroy them. This card's crazy. This card's really good. I don't know why everyone is saying it's ass. I think this card is quite strong. It does a number of things for the deck. Let me actually read Ray before I... Okay, gotcha. Sure. So this second effect will not trigger Ray, but it's an important way by which you can like out problem cards, which Striker sometimes has difficulty with, especially like back row that isn't set, right? The way to get rid of back row that isn't set is you have to like afterburners a guy on field with 3 engrave. It's valuable for that reason. This first one is insane. This first one is really, really strong. It changes an opponent's effect, so it's a type of negation that still burns the activate and use of any effect. And it procs Ray, which means you can go from this into, I don't know, a Kaina if you need to play defensively, a Kagari if you want follow-up, a Shizuku if you think they're done after you. I think this card is quite good. It is not going to be the difference maker, but it's just another tool in the arsenal of a deck that is already really spoiled for choices. And I know a lot of people are like, the extra deck in Sky Striker is tight. They will find room for this. If they found room for Kaina, they'll find room for this. Next up. Doom of Dimensions. Okay, we now know the July set. It's going to be called Doom of Dimensions. Powerful new themes, new cards that power up past themes, and cards connected to the promotional animated short series Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game The Chronicles. So I imagine this is where the new Sky Striker stuff is going to debut. Will they print new branded support? Because that's the other card that's in Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game The Chronicles. Branded 2? When? Who knows? I'm hoping never. All right, next up. Okay, so Duad also has that thing where they printed a deck build pack archetype and they want to give them one card in a core set. So here you go. First up is Sacramentum Dragoon, a level 8 dragon fusion effect monster. It's made with a dragon monster and a spellcaster. It loses 100 attack for every banished card, Snore. Your opponent's special summoned dragon and spellcaster monsters can't activate their effects while this fusion summoned card is in the monster zone. And you can target one dragon and one spellcaster in your graveyard, summon one of them, and put the other on the bottom of the deck. Wow. So this card is annoying for a number of reasons. Firstly, yep, chat's correct. This is Buster Blader support. Secondly, boy, is this going to make the Dragon Tail Mirror a fucking disaster. And thirdly, that's really all I had to say. Boy, why are they printing a skill drain? It's sort of a skill drain. It's kind of a skill drain. Why does it even have that effect? It doesn't need to have that effect. Huh. All right, next up is Valon, the Psychic Musketeer. Oh my god, he's a Sky Blaster! We are now up to 4 Sky Blasters. Phantom Sky Blaster, Clavicus, the Magic-y Sky Blaster, and Castel, the Sky Blaster Musketeer. During the main phase, you can detach a material from this card to target a face-down or face-up monster your opponent controls. Change it to face-down defense position. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target a set card, destroy it. Okay, so one of the problems with K9 is that none of their monsters actually do anything. And while they enable quick exes on your opponent's turn, the payoff is like penis, doesn't actually accomplish anything. This one is a Book of Moon, which is fine. That's like, that actually does impact the board in a meaningful way. Yeah, thanks for this card. And finally, oh god. This is the Cookie Cupsy card, right? Ukano Mitsune no Onari. Link to Light Beast Link Effect monster. You can only use the first and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is Link summoned, you can target a quick play spell in your graveyard, set it. Your opponent cannot target cards in the field zone with card effects, and if this card is destroyed, you can choose the following effects up to the number of cards in field zones and apply them in sequence. Destroy a card your opponent controls, inflict 1,500 damage to your opponent. This card's really good, right? Am I wrong? This seems quite strong. Oh boy. It also works with Runic. I mean, kind of. Any Link monster is going to be in a bad position because of Runic. Druis Worm, but on a Link. Awesome. All I got to say about this one is Cookie Cupsy. Finally, maybe that archetype will be playable. All right. New lore PogChamp, new lore PogChamp. Okay, so we're done with the Abelstar. We're done with Branded. We are now moving into the academic city of Artmedia. All right, so this story takes place in a magical school, which I don't know. I don't really give a fuck about. This at least has a better argument than the Diabellstar ones of being the Wiz. It's even got, look, you even have the little medallion on the school. You break it away and it's the Diabellstar logo behind it. Anyway, okay, so here we go. Artmedia, the Academy of City of Divine Arts. During your main phase, you can normal summon a Medius the Innocent in addition to your normal summoner set. What the fuck? That guy's name is Medius the Innocent? What if he does a crime? You can discard a spell trap and declare the name of an Artmedia monster you do not control, Add one of the declared monster from your deck to your hand. This is a weird way to do it. Also, you can't special summon from outside of the extra deck for the rest of the turn, except Artmedia monsters and Medius the Innocent. All right, I'm clicking it right now. Is this the first one to refer to cards outside the extra deck? There is one card that has outside in its name, and that's appropriate, which says activate when your opponent activates or draws a card outside of the draw phase. Outside. Weird. Okay, let's go up to Medius, I suppose. Medius the Innocent. His name is likely based on Medea, the fat black lady. I don't know who this is. What am I, stupid? Oh my god. Medea. Media. Like like the news. Okay. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can take one imprisoned deity monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or special summon it. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle one monster from your hand or face up field into the deck. Special this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Okay. So he's supposed to represent the mainstream media. He acts innocent, but he has an imprisoned deity in his deck. Fake news. Oh, they're all named after classes you can take at school. Artmedia Fine Melt, named after the fine arts. If you control an Artmedia card, you can special summon this card from your hand, then draw a card. Thank you so much, random anonymous person, for giving 20 gifted subs. If you didn't get one dodged in chat, as simple as that. If you control an Artmedia card, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can draw a card. Your opponent can't target level 6 or lower Artmedia monsters you control with card effects. And during the main phase, if you control 3 or more monster types, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls, and their attacks become halved until the end of this turn. Boy, that's annoying. Artmedia Graflare. This card seems to be graphics. What, graphic design? Okay. If you control an Artmedia card, you can special summon this card from your hand, then set an Artmedia spell from your deck. The first time this card would be destroyed by battle, it's not. And he pops a spell trap. Artmedia Litera. I don't know what that means. It could be anything. By the way, why is this the literature one and she has a fucking musical instrument? What is going on here? Right? Am I crazy? That's the reading device. No, that is clearly the Gersh device. Artmedia Richtofen can only use the first and third effects once per turn. If you control an Artmedia, you can special this card from your hand, then add an Artmedia from your graveyard to your hand. During your opponent's main phase, special an Artmedia from your hand to graveyard, then return this card on the field to the hand. Okay. Here's the Imprisoned Beast. You cannot special summon except for fusions. During the main phase, you can fusion summon an Artmedia fusion or Nerva, the imprisoned deity of creation, using monsters from your hand or field, including this card you control. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can add an Artmedia spell trap from your deck to your hand with a different name than cards in your graveyard. Okay, so this is invoked. It's like, what if invoked you had to fuse with a fat bird? Okay, this is Artmedia Diaktoros. God, they love Greek so much. This is when Medea the Innocent goes to college and starts experimenting. You can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name once per turn. You can target a monster on the field, change its battle position. When your opponent activates a card effect and you control 3 or more monster types, negate the activation, destroy that card. If this fusion summoned card is destroyed, you can special summon a Medius the Innocent. Okay, this card's like broken as fuck, right? Am I crazy? This is like an unbelievable card. It's an Omni that floats in the most annoying way possible. Nerva, the imprisoned deity of creation. Oh, so like the god that invented the world is just in the school. 3 Artmedias, fusion summoned or tribute summoned. Okay, wait. That's interesting because you could make this in anything. Cannot be destroyed by card effects while there's a card in the field zone. And then once per turn, when you activate an Artmedia's monster's effect, make that effect become destroy all cards your opponent controls. This one's Minerva. Okay. So you make Deocteros on your turn. When you port out, you go into Medius. And then when Medius is special summoned, you can special summon the bird. And then he can fusion summon if you have one additional monster into the divine deity of creation. Oh, also, can he just fusion summon himself again? Does this fucking just float forever? So, Artmedia, just making sure that I didn't fuck this up. If you destroy this card in the battle phase, or in the main phase, destroy Artmedia Deocteros, float into Medius the Innocent. Trigger, go grab the Beast of Artmedia, then quick fuse back into Deocteros. Now, it's a hard once on Deocteros, so I guess I get that, but Jesus. Medius is not an Artmedia. Oh! You're right! Who cares? This guy is. You would just need another one for this. All right, we already did this. Send a Medius the Innocent from your deck to the graveyard. Look at the top card of your opponent's deck and put it on the top or bottom of the deck. What if Foolish Burial just had an upside? You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target a face Amatsu you control, declare a type and attribute? What? You are now a Fiendsmith! Is that a wind wing beast I see? Okay, our Artmedia Masterworks Succession on TV at 8/9 Central. During the main phase, fusion summon a fusion monster from your extra using monsters from your hand or field, including an Artmedia. Then if there's a card in the field zone, the summoned monster gains 500 attack. Okay. And cycle them. I mean, this is it's a good card. The upside to not using the owl is that you get to play it as a quick play, but it is main phase only. It's that kind of quick play. They love printing quick play fusions that say during the main phase. The quick effect fusion during the main phase only. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Wow, Book of the Law really lets you do it whenever. Oh shit, so does Sinful Spoils of the White Forest. This is why they don't let you anymore, is because of El Shadal Fusion. That doesn't fusion summon. Wait, this lets you fusion during not the main phase. Wait, this lets you fusion summon during not the main phase. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, wait. During the main phase, reveal an Azamina fusion monster. Okay. Wow, there's actually way less of these than I thought. during the main phase. Okay, Chimera Fusion. I remember Chimera Fusion. Dark World Accession during the main phase. Gladiator Beast United during the battle phase. Memento Infusion during the main phase. Okay, here they all are. Here they all are. This one, they have a funny way of doing it. They say, you can do it during the battle phase, but it can only attack monsters. During the main phase, fusion summon a fusion monster. This has a during the main phase effect, but it isn't the fusion summon, because what are you going to OTK with Relinquished? During the main phase... during your main phase, but a different effect. Yeah, you should be able to Dream Mirror Fusion at any point. This one's fun. You can only activate this card during the main phase unless a card is in the field zone. And then Teleport Fusion during the main phase. Wow, it's really just the ones that came out in the last couple of years. Artmedia Vandalism. When this card resolves, add a Medius to your hand. Oh, he's innocent of the vandalism. Wait, what? When this card resolves, you can take a Medius the Innocent from your deck to your hand, and you can target a face-up monster you control, and it's treated as an Artmedia this turn. Cool. And if the city would be destroyed, you banish this. Banish, place the field spell from your deck or graveyard face up in your field zone, or add an... Are you fucking with me? Look at this card. Place an Artmedia, the Academy City of Divine Arts, from your deck or graveyard face up in your field zone, or if you control it, you can add an Artmedia from your deck to your hand instead. Rhoda that literally can't whiff. When your Artmedia is targeted for an attack, negate attack. That's unbelievable that this card is printed like that. Special summon an Artmedia or Medius from your deck. Activation of your card. Okay, you can't interact with the fusion summon. You can banish this card from your graveyard to target an Artmedia, return it to the hand, and destroy a card your opponent controls. This is crazy. Wow. This deck already seems really strong. Basic combo? Yeah, let's check it out. All right, this is what, the field spell? Okay, the field spell, go grab Graph Layer. Graph Layer, set Assault. Assault, grab Medius. Medius effect, grab Imprisoned Deity. Go into the big boy. Trigger Deity, grab Change. Change, grab the Trap. And then the field spell cycle for Latera so that it's online. Latera, target the Trap. Oh, fuck it, we'll get the Trap back. And then discard it again for Fine Melt. And then get fucking Ash Blossom, I guess. Wow. Oh, that's funny. Pop the True Light. Ugh. These are annoying. All right, final Morganite. We just have Morganite. Hitomi no Majo Morgana. Dude, that is so fucking boring. Oh, you don't understand, man. Morganite is just a woman with big boobay. Yeah, she's just a conventionally attractive woman with big boobay. Oh, okay. She's Dark Souls? No, Dark Souls would do better than this. And, oh, forgive me for wanting to fuck a beast. Forgive me for wanting to fuck a monster. Oh, cool. So, it's an attractive woman. These secretive artifacts were whispered about. They were rumors at best. Whoever possesses or created them wields a strength like none other. It's just a white lady. See her in the grocery store. Diabell star looking ass. You wanted these to fall off some bumbling beast? No. Maybe stop thinking with your penis. I think you all are thinking with your penis. I want like a shriveled old freak. I want some sort of, I don't know. Who's that Dark Souls boss that everyone kept dying to who's like decaying? She's just a sexy lady, but at least she's more interesting than this. You know, if that's like your barometer, we can go beyond that. Can we read the card now? I guess, if you guys want. If this card is normal or special, you can add a Morganite from your deck to your hand. When your opponent's monster declares an attack, you can banish a Morganite spell from your graveyard. If you have 3 or more Morganite spells with different names in your graveyard of banishment, you can make the attack of all face-up monsters. Roll 0. I'm up. Okay. The normal summon that searches the field spell. Oh, no, you don't understand. Not only is she just sexy lady. I thought she'd be like 12 stars. She's 4 stars. Not only is she sexy lady, she's Alistair. She's just Alistair. Okay, this last Morganite had better get everything together. For the rest of the duel, apply the following effects. You cannot activate monster effects in hand. You can normal summon level 5 or higher monsters without tributing. You do not pay life points to activate spell traps. I don't know. 2121 is not worth living in. All I can say is that Stun has found their new host. The Waffle Stun has found its new host. It's this annoying-ass white woman. Damn, she beats over Fossil Dynapachycephalo, too. Morgana is the witch Elzette murders and play the Diabell. Oh, cool. That's neat. OMG, yes, I love Stun Mommy. This is how all of you sound to me. Wait, was that person's name Fartfa? Awesome. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I want a better class of disgusting little goblin, gremlin pervert. You guys just want to see a fit woman with big bappers and legs that go all the way up. Why couldn't the stones have been her eyes? Would that have been so hard? Next up. That's it. That's all of them. Thus ends New Cards PogChamp.